everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, guys. It is Monday, August 30th, 2021. I wanted to come here and speak about the new Kanye West album before time is just passing by so quickly, and because I had spoken about him and his Jesus is King album, I didn't want this opportunity to pass by, to be speaking about in the moment when he releases new album now. So before I continue, guys, please subscribe to this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video, guys. I hope everybody's having a great start of the week. It is Monday, August 30th, 2021. So Kanye West released the album Donda, and it's about, it's named after his mother. And so here's the thing. I'm going to show you a clip of the ceremonies in case you haven't seen it. I have whatsoever no interest in listening to his music. I think what happened when he came out and spoke about Christ and even had arguments televised, it could have been for shows about modesty and telling his wife that she needed to dress more modest and things like that. And then we were able to enjoy, I say we as Christians, Christ believing people, we were able to enjoy that part of somebody so so famous and relevant in this world right now. We were so happy because here's somebody who, he could have been speaking about everything else, but he took that time to speak about, Jesus, and talking about Christ and modesty and things like that. And then it's like a slap in the face, like everything else. I think one of the biggest frustration in life, if you're a Christ believer, is to see a Christ professing person to basically live a different life and don't really, walk the walk that they say they are. And basically, with one hand they're saying, oh yeah, I believe in modesty, and the next day they're showing your bikini photos on Instagram for the entire world to see, because that's what people do this day. And they want the likes and they want the applause of other people, and they want to wear the boy shorts, and they don't care if they're causing the eye of, married men or pastors or their neighbors or married people, or men and women, right, to be looking at them. They don't care because they want to keep themselves, well liked by everybody else and things like that. It's, for me, to be honest, it's one of the biggest slap in the face. I know a lot of the times when we speak to somebody about Christ, and we want them to get the truth, and sometimes you can tell that they're getting it, and I know that's only the Holy Spirit who can do that genuinely, but emotions get in the way and people react certain ways, and you tell them about the love of Christ and you want that person to change in the moment. You're like, oh, this is a 180 turn. I'm so excited what God is going to do in their life. And then they have a fallback and they are basically telling you, yeah, I believe everything you're saying. I do believe I need to, talk about Christ and everything. And then they go out and do other stuff and they make it very public for everybody to see. So it's definitely a slap in the face. And I feel like this is what's happening with Kanye West, especially, for me to speak about him and to feel somewhat like, I'm happy that he came out with the album Jesus is King, and he's talking about Jesus is King everywhere and Christ and everything. You kind of feel, what he's doing now. I mean, come on, bringing Marilyn Manson to his album release and being all these evil ceremonies, because there's no need to be doing things like that. I'm going to show you the clip of that ceremony, people like walking around the circle around the church, and then he brings out Marilyn Manson. Is basically, hey, I might have fooled you over here, but this is really who I am. And because, you ask God, right? This is the other thing. We ask God all the time for discernment. And when God give us the answer, we still don't want to believe it. Let me just tell you something, guys, about the Illuminati. There's nothing that they do that they don't publicize. Right? It's basically, hey, what are you telling us now that Kanye West is this and the other, when he already told you what he is? And this is why it's good to research, and things like that. So over the weekend, I did some research and I was like, wait a second. His mom died. His mom passed away a couple years ago, and these celebrities, is so obvious. A lot of the time when they make that big jump into fame and fortune, you hear about them. It's almost like Katy Perry. You hear about them one moment, and then they're famous, but they're not at that level. And then you hear, then they're everywhere. It's the same thing, especially Kay Hudson. I think that's her name, right? Let me just search before I give you the wrong idea. No, it's not Kay Hudson. It's the other one. Um, she has a movie right now. What is the name of the actress that's in the Aretha Franklin movie? Um, Jennifer Hudson. That's her. See, I was right with the last name. So Jennifer Hudson. We all know what happened with her. How I think it was some family members of her passed away, and she did the American Idol and all of that stuff, and then you know she did the American Idol. She did a couple of deals and whatever, and then something happened. Some family members of her um, got murdered somehow, and it was yes, it's right here. I'm sorry, guys. Jennifer Hudson family murder case. Okay, it happened in October 24, 2008. They were discovered in Chicago. And all I'm saying is that a lot of the times with these people, I'm not saying anything, but it's almost so hard to ignore that these people tend to somebody close to them perhaps gets murdered. I have to be careful what I say here because this is just stuff that I am analyzing on my own. But one thing I tell you guys, a lot of these celebrities, when they make that big jump, one thing is to be well known and have deals and stuff, but then they do this big jump, and you like see them everywhere and they're making big deals and things like that, and then they have a tragic story. Oh, the family member committed suicide, or another close family member, or they lost their child, I'm telling you guys, fame and fortune people will do anything for money. And this is what I say. I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to judge somebody and put blame on somebody when it's not true. But all these people, when they're in the top level of Hollywood, Illuminati type of thing, there's something that happens before they get to that level. Um, so I did research over the weekend about, I'm like, wait a second, what happened to Kanye West's mom, and why, after so many years, this album is named after her? I thought it was interesting. It's not like she passed away last year, and here is his music based on coping with that. So I remember about her passing, hearing on the news and things like that, and I remember it was surgery, right? So she died after having what is the cosmetic surgery, you can say. And then what I was saying about how people, a lot of the times people tell you what's up, and it's up to you to actually accept it. We tend to not accept things because we feel like, somebody can say to you, like I say to people, hey, I do fashion, I'm a fashion designer. They don't want to accept it, and that doesn't make it untrue. It's also up to them. So the reason that I'm talking about this is so bizarre. God forgive me. I just don't want to say it, but Kanye West said many times that he blamed himself for the murder of not the murder but the death of his mother. And let me just read to you. And she died, right? He did an interview in 2015 for Q magazine, and he said, let me just read to you. This is Kanye West speaking to a magazine interview back in 2015. Kanye West has spoken about the guilt he feels over the death of his mother, right? That's him and his mom, right? So he says, Donda West passed away at the age of 58 in November 2007 due to complications following liposuction breast reduction surgery. Speaking in this month Q magazine, the rapper was asked was the rapper was asked he has sacrificed what has he sacrificed for success, and these people are asking that type of question because they know in order to get to that level you got to sacrifice something. And he answered to them, my mom. Kanye West said that he sacrificed his mom for success. Now let me just tell you something, because when you feel guilty about something, you can, there's something in you that will bring it out. It's almost like to see people's reaction sometimes and to see if they believe it. So then he continued and said, I'm sorry. He said, he elaborated, if I had never moved to LA, she'll be alive. I don't want to go that far into it because it will bring me to tears. West named his creative agency business Donda after his late mother. He also dedicated the song Hey Mama from the 2005 late registration to singing her in that album. So he doesn't want to get too into it because he's gonna be crying. So I mean, if you don't want to accuse of something like that, Illuminati people in big celebrity star A-line celebrities, people are always suspicious of them to perhaps be devil worshippers or people who do a lot of witchcraft and things like that to gain fame and fortune. Why would you say your mom? Like, you know you could say, like some people would say, hey, I sacrificed my childhood, or I'm getting married late in life because I've been dedicated to my career or things like that. But he said, they asked, what have you sacrificed for success in life? And he said, my mom, because if I had not moved to LA, she would still be alive. And he didn't want to give details. If it was something like, hey, if I would have made her famous, she wouldn't be so concerned about her image and trying to be skinnier and trying to go for cosmetic surgery. It could have been something like that. But he said it. And the other thing too, like, I understand people go through surgeries and a lot of people get complications and things like that. But when you're talking about Hollywood and you're talking about Kanye West and you're talking about his mom, and the guy was not married back then, so it's basically the most precious thing on earth, family member that he has, you will want the best actor there is, the best actor money can afford. Like, it's not making sense right now. And the fact is that when he came out with the album Jesus is King and everything that came after that, and then now he's doing this, it's almost like you feel tricked to it. Like he's gonna say, you're fool people, you believe everything I said. And all it takes somebody to come out and say Jesus is King, you guys believe that they love God or something. This guy said, what have you sacrificed for success? And he says, my mother. And now after so many years he's making the album to them. It's almost like he's back on track. It's like, hey, you're supposed to follow the deal. You sign a deal. He said it too. There's a video there where he says he sold his soul to the devil. Right? That came out a couple years ago. I remember watching that. Just remember that. I don't have it, but I'm going to show you the ceremony. Let me know what you guys think. This guy is frustrating, to be honest. This guy made all these things about Jesus and all of that, and here we are. It's almost like somebody checked on him and say, hey, remember you signed a deal with us, so you gotta be back on track. So by saying that, the only thing that we can do in our end, looking at what's happening to him, is just pray for him and pray for the people who he's choosing to surround himself with. He's choosing to bring people who at the end of the day, they don't have the same idea about advancing the kingdom of Christ. If anything, they want to advance the kingdom of darkness, and that's a really bad position to be in. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Have a good night. God bless. Everybody, this is Julissa. I am here to ask for a favor. I am trying to present my collection at this year New Year Fashion Week coming up in September, so that's happening very fast. I am currently working on a collection, but I need help to be able to present my collection during this year New Year Fashion Week. I'm doing a GoFundMe campaign. Anything that you are able to donate will be a big help. I want to say thank you so much. We all know the world needs the gospel of Christ more than ever. God bless. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I hope to see you in the next video.